There are protests all around the country, and this is all part of a large protest movement called the No Kings protest movement. In fact, this is imagery taken from the protests in Boston. Here you've got some folks marching in DC. I'm not quite sure where exactly this is, but you got the haunted frog involved as well. In fact, there are going to be hundreds of protests all around the country as part of the No Kings protests. Here, what you've been seeing mostly has been footage from the East Coast because it's 1:30 Eastern whenever I'm recording this video, and that's when most of the footage is out. However, as the day goes on, you're going to see more footage as the protests kick up throughout the day. Now, Republicans have called this the I Hate America protest movement, and they've accused large donors like George Soros for funding these protests. And they've even made some veiled threats demonizing the protesters. And there's even been some concerns like groups like ICE would be basically tracking protesters with software that they've purchased from Palantir. That has been a report that's come out recently. If you go to their website, they'll have a write-up on the history of the movement and why they are protesting. And then you get a long list of donors and supporters. It took me a long time to get down to the bottom of this list. There are a lot of people that are contributing to these protests. So far that I've seen, these have remained nonviolent. Of course, the violence typically happens more in the evening, nighttime, whenever the sun's down, people have gone home, but the hooligans are out. And with these folks, I've seen a lot of people on the left calling for peaceful protesting, so I expect things to remain relatively calm throughout the day, and we'll just have to see what happens in the evening time.